boys and girls. If you watched the morning video, you heard me say that we are going to work on the color red this week, okay? We're not only going to talk about red and what things we know that are red, but we're also going to learn how to spell the word red. So on our very first full week of school, you guys are going to learn how to spell, okay? So we have something we call the color songs. They are totally awesome. Parents are going to love these. And that is because it teaches the kids how to spell and write all the color words in songs. So I purchased the books a long time ago. They're almost falling apart. They're so old. But one of my favorite things, one of the best purchases I ever made. So it says on the front, we're going to sing and read about the color red. It also tells us the tune. The tune that this book goes to is the same tune as the song, "Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Brother John, morning bells are ringing, morning bells are ringing, ding dong ding, ding ding dong." And parents probably know that. I bet your kids don't, but I think parents do. Okay, so I'm going to start out by just reading the story first, and then we're going to try to sing it to that tune, okay? So here's the cover. Do you remember what this is called from the Clifford books? The very first page when you open the book is called the title page because it tells us what the title is. The title of this book is Red. Now you guys might recognize this froggy here because this is the Leapfrog. Leapfrog has all sorts of cool video games and just different things for young kids. Okay, so I'm going to start reading. So what we're going to do, first we're going to spell the word red, okay? So when you see those lines in between, it means we're not going to read red, we're going to spell it. So we go R-E-D, and when you put the letters together, it says red. I'm glad we start with red because some of you know your sounds, and this is actually a sound out word. Some of the other color words you can't sound out, but this one you can. You go like this. If you know the sound that R makes, can you do it? If you know Zoophonics, can you go R, R, okay? The letter E says eh, eh, for Ellie, elephant. And the letter D says D, D, for D, D, deer. We're gonna start our Zoophonics this week too. We got a lot of new things we're starting. So we go like this, R-E-D, red. And what are these? I know sometimes boys and girls say apples, but I believe they are cherries. I think they're cherries, okay? And then the next page says R-E-D, red again. And now we see a red apple, okay? Now the girl holds up her finger and she says, "I can spell red." I just told you guys what that little dot was. Does anybody remember? Okay, it's like a little stop sign. It's called a period. It means I can spell red. This sentence has 1, 2, 3, 4 words, and when we get to the end, we stop. It's like a stop sign. Now the little boy, oops, I don't know if you can see that, huh? Now the little boy holds up his hand and he says, "I can spell red." So it's the same thing on both pages. Here's the girl, "I can spell red," and the boy says, "I can spell red." You guys are learning how to read this already, aren't you? Now, what do you see on this page? I gotta hold this up because this is a huge page. This is a big book. So it says, "Fire trucks are red." Okay, the picture's at the top and the words are at the bottom. I turn the page. What do you see over here? Okay, this is so big. Let's see if I can move my chair over and point to the words. Stop signs are red too. You see R-E-D? So you might not recognize all the words in the sentence, but you should recognize R-E-D because we've had it on all the other pages. And then remember, we're gonna spell it. R-E-D, R-E-D. Here you have a nice red heart. Here you have a gallon of paint and red paint on the paintbrush. And I believe that is the end. So that you see the words, the end. Or we can say the end. And here's a crayon. Yeah. Okay, now all these little musical notes here, that tells you that's a song. And then on the back you see the little leapfrog, okay? So this time, we read it once. I think we're gonna try to sing it. And then we'll sing it and you can try to sing it with me, okay? R-E-D, red, R-E-D, red. Now because I'm turning the page, I have to stop for a minute. Now the little girl says, "I can spell red, I can spell red." Fire trucks are red, stop signs are red too. R-E-D, R-E-D. Okay, nice job, boys and girls. Okay, when your parents go get all the materials, the buckets today, there's going to be a little red book in there, and I'll show you that tomorrow. But there's the color song. This same song that I just taught you is in a little coloring book. So tomorrow you can color that book. Today, what I think I'd like you to do is what you did on Friday. I would like you to draw a picture of your favorite thing that's red. Maybe that's Clifford. Maybe you want to draw another picture of Clifford. But maybe you have a toy that's red, like a red stuffed animal, or an Elmo doll, or a red fire truck, or a red dress. So I want you to draw me a picture of something you have that's red. And then if you guys, a lot of you figured out how to put that on your Seesaw page, and there's a little record button up in the corner on the sidebar. I finally figured out how to get in as a student, and I was playing around with it. It's so much fun. So you can press the record button, which is like an arrow, and you can say, Mrs. Jenkins, my favorite thing that's red is I like red apples, or I like strawberries because they're red. You can draw a picture, or you know what? You could draw a picture of all the things that you like that are red, and you can leave me a little message. Now, if you haven't figured out how to do that, parents, then go ahead and just have your child draw something that's red. Parents, you could write a little sentence on there. I don't think the kids are ready for that. I mean, maybe the kids that went to TK could write their own sentence, but for most of the first few months, we do dictation. And that's the kids tell us what to write, and we write it for them. It's good for them because they get to see the way grown-ups write from left to right. And you can kind of point out, we start with the first word, we put spaces, and when we get to the end, see if they can tell you. You put the dot. What's that called? A period. But that record button is awesome, and I will really look forward to getting your recordings today. I want you to draw a picture of something red, and then use the record button, and I'll try to put that in the instructions, okay? Did you notice I'm wearing a red shirt? Okay, that's it for now. Bye-bye.